Farina is going to be released around 5 to 10th November, which should be version 4.2 of Genshin Impact. She's mainly an off-field damage dealer. As for the artifacts, the best artifact or the best in slot for her is the Golden Troop artifact found in Fontaine. It boosts the elemental skill damage by up to 70% with for peace bonus, and the elemental skill is the main source of damage for her. If in case you are unable to farm this artifact set, then if you have the Vorakasha's Glow set, then this set is very good for her as well. This artifact is probably her second best in slot, as this set gives max HPH bonus and buffs the elemental skill and burst damage. The main stats you want to prioritize for the artifact are HP on Sands, HP on Goblet, and crit on Circlet for the most damage output. And the substats of the artifacts should revolve around HP, flat HP, crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge. And yes, it's better to have an HP percentage over a Hydro Goblet, because HP performs a lot better than the Hydro Goblet in almost all scenarios that I've tested and seen. And also HP Goblets are far easier to farm and get compared to Hydro Goblets. And if you do not have a good crit rate or damage circlet, you can also go with an HP circlet. It won't be as good as the crit circlet, but the difference won't be that big if the HP circlet has decent substats. If you are running Farina solo in your team with no other Hydro characters who can generate energy like Yellen or Shinkyu, try aiming for about 180 to 190 energy recharge for an optimal build. As her burst costs 60 energy, it can be lowered to about 140 energy recharge if you have another Hydro unit, like Nuvolette or Shinkyu. She's going to have 2 elemental state. Usil aligned summons her pets who deal damage quite like Oz, which Fischl has, but it's a lot better and has Hydro application. And Numa aligned. This is basically for healing and turns her into a healer. She can heal the party members if the need arises. Her elemental burst is called Let the People Rejoice. Farina deals AoE Hydro damage based on her max HP and causes all party members to enter the Universal Revelry state. In this state, when nearby party members' HP increases or decreases, they grant Farina 1 fanfare point. To sum it up and explain simply, the more fanfare points she has, the better her damage and healing will be. You get fanfare when you either lose or gain 1% HP. So, for instance, using her skill on the field summons her pets and drains the character's HP, resulting in Farina gaining fanfare points. The HP drain stops after the characters have reached 50% HP, so be sure to pair her with a party-wide healer such as Barbara or someone else to have a constant supply of fanfare points. The best constellations for Farina are both C1 and C2. C1 gives an additional 150 stacks of fanfare points on her burst instantly, so you won't need to wait and stack up fanfare points. As soon as you use your burst, you will instantly have 150 fanfare points, giving you an instant boost, and she can have a maximum of 300 stacks of fanfare points. C2 increases Farina's fanfare gain from increases or decreases in nearby characters' HP by 250% while her elemental burst lasts. Each point of fanfare above the limit, which is 300, increases Farina's max HP by 0.35%, with a maximum max HP increase of 140%. Her C4 improves her energy recharge by a little bit, as Farina restores 4 energy when the Salon members from Farina's elemental skill hit an opponent or restore HP to the active character. This effect can trigger once every 5 seconds. Both C3 and C5 just increase her specific talent levels by 3. Farina's C6 enables her to be an on-field main DPS if you want her to be. It also has different things it can do based on your elemental alignment, such as Usil aligned Farina heals nearby party members by 4% of her max HP every second for 2.5 seconds. This duration will extend upon attacking. Numa aligned Farina's max HP boosts the damage of normal, charged, and plunging attacks by 20%. When she hits an enemy with these attacks, everyone in the party loses 1% of their HP. This can happen up to 7 times during Center of Attention, which ends after 7 triggers, or when the time's up. If you take my suggestion, both C1 and C2 are suggested as it has the most value for your primos.
Bigger weapons!
As for her weapons, the best one is, as you have guessed, her signature weapon, the Splendor of Still Waters. For free-to-play choices, Festering Desire is good if you have it. The Fishing Obtained Sword, Fluve Sender Ferryman, is also solid due to its energy recharge secondary stats. Favonius Sword is a decent alternative. Another good option is the Dockhand's Assistant, providing HP as a secondary stat. This is a graph showing the best weapons for Furina. The higher the ranking, the better. Furina's passive abilities are: Passive 1, Endless Waltz. If the source of healing is not Furina when the active character in your party receives healing and healing overflows, then Furina will heal a nearby party member for 2% of their max HP once every second within the next 4 seconds. Passive 2, this enhances Salon member damage by 0.7% for every 1,000 points of Furina's max HP, reaching a maximum of 28%. Additionally, it shortens the active character's healing interval for singers of the streams by 4, maxing out at a 16% reduction. Having 40,000 HP will maximize this talent. Ability bonus: The Sea is my stage. Cooldown of Xenochromatic Fondamer aberrant ability decreased by 30%. You basically get a cooldown reduction when you use the ability of the underwater animals. So suppose instead of waiting 6 seconds to use an ability, you would only have to wait 3 or 4 seconds.